All right, today we're doing fajitas, and I know it's not something I can get out of the garden, but I did source it locally. No, I'm lying, I didn't. I got it at, well, I did HEB, but we are gonna make a guacamole with items that come directly from the garden. I'm gonna use onion, I'm gonna use cilantro, some jalapenos out of there, so. Who else has problems with these bags? What is wrong with them? I can never do it either which way. If someone has a secret, go ahead and tell me. Just gonna tear it open wrong way. So, I like to start my fires off with these. They're just little, what they call tumbleweeds, but little wax coated pieces of hay or straw. Then you dump your charcoal on top of that. You always want to do it into a pyramid shape. It gives it the best airflow. I like to always keep one over here on the edge, and it pretty much lights the rest of them for me. So a couple more and we will be good to start it up. Then I like to get the coals about white hot, maybe with a little bit of black left on them before I put the meat on. Get this fire started. And that's without any lighter fluid or anything like that. I try to stay away from harmful chemicals, especially around my food. So, I'll go ahead and get me one of these nice white onions. And I'll probably grab a red one as well. And then we'll throw these into that guacamole. So yeah, you're probably asking, why am I gonna cook fajitas on this tiny grill? Well, it's because I'm cooking in the garden and I'm not dragging my huge grill over here just to cook in the garden. So this is what we're doing. All right, so I didn't bring my shears with me, so we're gonna go gather some cilantro with this knife. Let's do it. All right, so I have tons of cilantro to choose from. This bushel looks really good. I think I'm gonna take me a good little portion of this because we're gonna use it in our tacos later also. So maybe a little more. The knife works well on anything. Just like we do with all our vegetables, we like to give them a good rinse. I know with these onions, I take that outer layer off anyway, but look how much prettier it looks right before you cook it. Just give it a good rinse. This one was the big mama. I don't know if I'm gonna use this one until my next meal because I think I'll have enough for the guacamole that I'm doing. We'll see. I might use it. This is one of the bigger ones. I planted late in the year, so kind of dealing with what I get. All right, we almost forgot to wash the cilantro. You definitely want to give that cilantro a good rinse. Whip. God, I love the smell of cilantro. It's kind of a love-hate. A bunch of people hate it. I love it. But some people say it's too flagrant, too flowery. But I love it. Beautiful smell. So, first of all, take off that outer shell. We don't want any of that was too close to the ground. There we go. Now it's beautiful white onion. Always make sure to keep your fingers tucked back. You can go for a thicker dice if you want, but news said that it was 113-degree heat index today, and I believe it, because I am sweating. I'm sweating bad. So, y'all are just gonna have to bear with me. But, especially being right next to this fire. Alright. Now we got our onion in there. You know what? I'm gonna add a red onion in there because I like the spiciness of a red onion. These are almost what I would consider like a shallot. Once again, peel off that outer layer. Yeah. Now you're left with that beautiful purple color. And you slice these long ways. And then across. And it will give you that perfect dice that you want. Alright, so now we got a mix of the red and white onions. So, kind of like the same way with the onion. I like to do it long ways. Oh, the smoke's directly in my eyes. Sorry. And then I'll turn it over and cut it one way down the middle. So now I'll give you those perfect dices without having to touch all the jalapeno. Make sure you wash your hands after doing this, especially if you're gonna touch a baby or anything like that. So there you go. That's a lot of jalapeno. I don't know if we're gonna use all that, but we do like it spicy, so I might just use it all. All right. All right. Now we got the jalapenos in there. Go ahead and give that a good little mix. Now we're gonna go ahead and cut up the tomato.
I'll be right out.
This one you just slice and dice. Slice and dice. I try not to waste very much, so we're gonna do what we can. I like mine a little chunkier. You can do however small you want, but I do like mine a little chunkier. A big guacamole, more of what they call down there in Texas a tableside guacamole. So just quick slices. All right, we got all the tomato diced up, so we're gonna go ahead and throw it in here. All right. Now we're gonna add our cilantro. That's a good amount of cilantro, I would say. Pick out any of the bigger stems, you know. Nobody wants to eat a huge stem. But for the most part, everything is edible, so even if you left a big stem in there. All right, so we're to the part that everybody's been waiting for. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the avocado up, and we're gonna dice it and throw it into this bowl. We'll have our guacamole made. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and cut into these avocados. Be very careful with avocados. There is a seed in the middle, so you can't cut through them. You cut all the way around, you roll them, and then twist. Then you have a avocado. You want to be real careful with this part. And then you just knock off that. Now, what I like to do, especially for these, I like to go ahead and dice it while it's still in its skin. That will make it easy for it to pop right out. All right, so we're gonna add some lime juice. And really just do it to taste, but I usually add between 1.5 and 2 full limes, well, small size limes. All right, you always kind of want to roll your limes and put some pressure. It knocks all the lime juice loose inside of there. And then add one more juice of lime. And there you have it. You salt and pepper to taste. But those are homemade Tex-Mex style tableside guacamole. Jalapeno definitely has some heat. So the table was melting, as I suspected would happen. But that's okay. It just means we'll get a table quicker. I'll finally have one that's tall. But fire's almost ready. I'm gonna throw the grill grate on top of here and go grab the fajitas, and we're gonna keep on trucking. All right, so this fire is probably still very, very hot. Probably a little too hot. So I'm gonna cut this fajita meat down a little smaller because this end's thinner than the other side. So I don't want it to cook too quickly, and also this is a small grill. But so you don't want to let these sit on direct heat for too long. They will cook way too fast. So as soon as they're able to pull away from the grill grate, you want to flip them. See, that one's still stuck. There we go. And we'll flip them again one more time, but this is just to get that initial char. All right, so we like our meat usually done pretty close to medium rare. So I would say when I'm flipping them like I will be, I do like 1.5 minutes on each side, but flip it 2 to 3 times. So and the seasoning that I did on this is actually a fajita seasoning, salt, or fajita seasoning and salt. The fajita seasoning comes from a company called Fiesta, and you can get it at HEB around here. Alright, let's flip it over so we're not charring too much on that other side. This one's probably doing alright, yeah. Alright, so while you're heating up your steak and getting it almost complete, you want to go ahead and take a couple of these corn tortillas, throw them directly on that heat so that you'll have some nice hot tortillas right as you're ready.
Go.
Down here in Texas, a lot of people have grown accustomed to the corn tortillas. I know I used to not like them very much, and now I love them. Look at that, nice char. Don't want to take them too far and overcook them, so this one's getting close. On these tortillas, you also don't want to go too far with these either. You want to just heat them up. So the tortillas are starting to puff up a little bit. That's when you want to go ahead and take them off. See how they both have brown around the edges? You want to go ahead and take these off so we don't burn them. See, I went a little too far. We'll use that one for the outside. Now the meat, I think this piece right here, that piece right there is good. And go ahead and pull that one off. This one can use a little longer. But honestly, I'm gonna finish this one off in the oven. I got some more pieces to cook. All right, so my family's hungry, I'm hungry. It's time to eat. You know, they say food tastes better outside, and I definitely agree. This is A+.